Welcome to Doak Campbell Stadium, and you might as well get used to the sound you're hearing. The Seminole War Chant is going full float. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Iowa Hawkeyes. Taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Hawkeyes will put total leather to crank us up. And he takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The offense lining up for a first down play. The lone back's got it. Good blocking up front. Great job following it. He's got 6 to the 18. There's always that issue of conference pride, keeping up, or proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, David. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all off-season. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. They move the tight end all over. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Using the quick game. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Now on the option.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it's picked off. Bringing it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, the defense came into this game, guys, knowing that they were going to be tested with the offense throwing it vertically down the field. And you saw it right there on the opening drive. They were ready for it. Great job locating the ball and getting the INT.
Offense getting set for first down. They'll go to the ground. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the...
Fires and picked off. Taking it the other way. At the 30. Inside the 10. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Noles! What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. Not taking a knee, he'll bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They're trying to get to it, and he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they've dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And the Hawkeyes will line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You've got to go out. You've got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Quarterback checking off. Right back to the well. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got ready for a first down. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of, too, with Warrick Dunn, where you hand them the football and big plays can happen, and offenses have been built around that for years at Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception the last possession. You can tell breaking on the football really, really well. Seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on it. Almost had another interception.
Give to the running back. Really good pickup on second down there. Leaves them with 3rd and 2.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Throws to the wideout. It's caught. Touchdown, Florida State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they get it into the end zone on a 36-yard touchdown pass. And he'll bring it back. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he's got it inside the 20. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Iowa!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Michigan came through with a lunch pail, hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won. And the fact this wasn't ever really in question. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Looking for room, it's Terrell. At the 35, he's loose. Just a savvy, veteran, productive run from this junior.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right up the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make them.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
After the big first down sack, it's second down. Off the play fake. He's looking deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
Nothing but green ahead. He's at the 40. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
From the gun, the running back has it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I don't care who you are, but if you're going to have success offensively, you've got to have some semblance of a running game. They didn't have it their last time out. They obviously really struggled in that game. And in this one, just not getting enough push up front, and it's putting them in some really difficult situations.
After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. Wide receiver shows motion. And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep, not able to connect there.
Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. Looking to throw. Got it set up on the outside. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
That's the end of the first quarter. Florida State 14, Iowa 7.
Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown Seminole! Now that's the way to bail out the rest of the team. Start with bad field position, put together a drive anyway.
And very confident. You could see the quarterback just had a bit of a swagger, Reese. He was like, look, all right, we're starting deep in our own end. Special teams didn't help us out, but we can fix that right now, fellas. And they went out and looked so good on that last drive.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. So a drive there of 85 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Iowa has the ball back on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
First down for this offense. They go to the ground. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. They'll put the tight end in motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And the ball is picked off.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you, Paul.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If you could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. He's going to have to get into this one a little bit from 47 yards away. He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. They got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, they're still happy to get the field goal.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab on the left. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
To the ground with the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree. Jesse agrees. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Deep shot for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Hawkeyes.
And, man, is that perfect timing. You can tell a quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job at getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes with the return. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Looking to move it through the air. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Well, you know what they say, tips lead to picks. So the offense, they're lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
That incompletion leads to 2nd down and 10. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. The play action fake. Unloads to the wideout. On target over the middle. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Offense gets set for 2nd down. They'll give it to the back. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. The new popular phrase for a favorite team not really coming out of the gates quickly is that they're playing with their food. There are a lot of peas being pushed around the plate right now, guys.
Yeah, Reese, they've been stumbling around. They've been making mistakes and shooting themselves in the foot in this game. But, David, I think you also have to give credit to the underdog in this game because they're just playing with more intensity. They look like they want it more.
Oh, dude, when you come out the gates in the first quarter, it's adrenaline, it's passion, it's being talked about as the underdog. As this game goes on, can they keep that intensity up? Right now, they're doing a heck of a job.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
3rd and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. Slips one guy, and now he's loose. And a really nice run and pickup there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. And the Noles have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the 1st down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Noles! No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. UTEP is in front. They've owned the line of scrimmage today, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 4 over Pittsburgh. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Iowa has the ball back on offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned.
Lofts one deep down the right side. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Throws for the tight end. And it's picked off for the third time today. Trying to take it back. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 10-yard line, and what an example of the defense setting up the O.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
A first down run on the doorstep. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida State.
Well, this offense has been... Came out in this game with a lot of pride and an ability up front and a belief that they can block people and get it done. They are dominating this defense. 3 rushing touchdowns now in the game.
Getting set for the point after. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. Has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency.
It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
One big play can really flip the script of a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just outside the 30. He's going to pass. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Throws toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Iowa!
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
Ready to try the point after. Right down the boulevard. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they top it off with a 31-yard toss for 6.
21.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. On the run, it's Terrell. And after that short gain, they'll head to the locker room. It's halftime here. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
38, Iowa, 21.
And the Seminoles will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open. And if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Trying to get the corner. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Brings up second down.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Leaves it with the running back. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Looking for space. It's Terrell. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
Man, how about this offense deciding to run the football, be physical, find a hole, get downhill, Palmer, and get the first down?
Yeah, and it helps, too, when you've got a running back like this guy. He just knows how to fall forward and get those hidden yards. Big weapon in this offense.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's why it's hard to run down by the goal line. The defense just has so many bodies crowded into the line of scrimmage. Offense couldn't get it done that time.
Can the D deny them on second and goal? Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Touchdown Seminoles! And the route is on. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Let's see what he can do with the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20.
Will take over.
Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. Wants to throw on first down. He's right on target. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down. The Hawkeyes want to move quickly.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2.
And he makes the catch inside the 15. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Comes out throwing on first down. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
When you get in the red zone, you can see as a defense, you get into your drops really quickly and you get your eyes on the quarterback. And you try to read his eyes and break on the football. It's such tight windows to throw in. Great job by the defender breaking on the ball, creating the interception.
Picks his way ahead. He'll get 5 out to the 17-yard line.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Running back searching for a hole. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
The big fullback's got it. That's some old school, hard-nosed, tough running as he powers his way to the 30.
Well, the fullback helping out his offense here, running the football. Nice job finding the hole and getting upfield. Takes a lot to bring this guy down.
Power football with the run. At the 45 on his way. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
Man, sometimes it just gets frustrating, and you've just been beat down all day. This defense hasn't had answers, but now you can't let them run the football and just run it down your throat and be physical. This defense has to do something different and find a way to make something happen.
The Seminoles are moving quickly down the field. The give to the back. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
At the 36-yard line. 2nd down coming up.
On the ready. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Get set, get set. Here's the handoff. Brought down at the 21-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
And the Seminoles will have it 1st and 10. Here we go. They'll leave it with him. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
He's brought down at the 19-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll try the run. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball's at the 17. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. The give to the back. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. After finishing a drive with a field goal earlier, this one will be a 33-yard attempt. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And now the lead is extended a little further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Iowa has the ball back on offense. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. He wants to throw. And the defense gets to the quarterback. And the Hawkeyes want to pick up the tempo. On second down, they'll take to the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, the defense is starting to figure it out, I think. It's taken him some time. This guy already has 2 touchdown catches. That time, though, they were in a better position in coverage to force the incompletion.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And he throws yet another interception. Does he know which colored jerseys they're wearing? Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43. One final play before the end of the quarter. They'll go to the ground. And they'll move the chains with the first down. That might be it for the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Florida State 48, Iowa 21.
Okay, ready? Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Come on, set.
They're going to ride this running back. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Give to the running back. A run up the middle is stopped for no gain.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Trying the left side. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Offense facing fourth down.
The Seminoles will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. And he tried to pin him deep with that punt. Instead, it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing.
And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. The Hawkeyes are in the hurry up.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Tight end finds a soft spot. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
This tight end can run these crossing patterns, and he can catch the ball against man coverage or zone coverage. That time, nice job seeing the ball in, helping his QB out.
Now on second and short after the first down completion. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Slings it. Got his man. Touchdown, Hawkeyes. Buckeye. What a grab and go for the score.
Yeah, nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense has struggled, and you're down by 1,000. But I like that they continue to fight.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team on the field, and he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
They go to the ground. The Noles get it past the sticks.
I love when players understand situations, and they understand where the first down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
To the ground with the back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
They'll give it to the back. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
The Seminoles have this offense rolling. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. And the Noles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Leaves it with the back. Still running at the 40. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
The give to the tailback. Discards a man. Oh, the ball's on the ground. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
Offensive players, when they got the ball in their hand, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
Iowa has the ball back on offense. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
Nearly another interception. It'll be second down. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Looking to throw on second down. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Finds a soft spot in the middle. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The give and the run on fourth down. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. They'll throw it on first down. Fires to the middle. Pass on the way. It's picked off.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to, because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. He will take a knee, and the defense can stop the clock one more time, but this one is just about in the books. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly